See, studying is an art, and not everyone is perfect in making any art perfect for themselves. Let us understand it with an example. Painting is an art, but I am very bad at painting, which means it would be quite difficult for me to master this art. I use the word difficult, not impossible. It means if I desire, I could move to perfectioning that art, but it would be kind of a roller coaster ride and very challenging. In the similar way, studying can be seen as an art, and therefore it would be easier for some people to control their emotions and sit for a long period of time. But on the other hand, it would be quite challenging for some people as well to do the same. And we cannot blame ourselves about why did this happen. Because I cannot blame myself if I don't know painting. I don't know painting, and despite I am proud of myself, the reason being I don't like painting and therefore I am not good at it. And there is no shame at all, because I know if I am not good at one thing, I might be good at some other thing. You see, nobody in this world is perfect in everything. There is a famous quote as follows: if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Therefore, it is not a reason to feel sad or depressed just because you don't like studying or don't like studying for long hours. Accept your strengths and weaknesses and accordingly judge your opportunities and shoot. Life is as simple as that. But you see, changes are bound to happen and adjustments are mandatory to live peacefully and successfully. Otherwise, we might end up living a life cursing ourselves for not doing this, not doing that. Therefore, a person should be capable enough to adjust in every possible scenario he or she is exposed to. Have you ever imagined why Akshay Kumar is so successful in Bollywood industry presently? Because he has adapted himself to every situation Bollywood industry has faced. I have heard that initially he was seen as an action star, but when he realized that Bollywood industry was boom on romantic stories, he went on to do movies like Dil To Pagal Hai, Namaste London, etc. When he realized that comedy was a sort of attraction to the audience, he went on to do movies like Welcome, Hera Fairy. When he realized that biopic trend has came in the industry, he jumped to do movies like Airlift, then Gold, etc. Today he is one of the highest paid actors in India and most active personality in terms of releases every year. And we do like him in every role. So the reason is simple: his capability to adapt himself and ability to challenge his weaknesses to make them his strength. Taking inspiration from above, we should adapt ourselves to the things which we are exposed and surrounded by. And as a student of specially CA course, we will have to develop the ability to adapt to the culture and tradition of CA students, that is study. So as a student, if you don't like studying for a considerable amount of hours, there is no need to worry. You just have to make some adjustments in you and you will adapt it smoothly. My point is, if you are a CA student, there is only one alternative of studies, and that alternative is studies itself. Therefore, to succeed in CA exams, you must develop the habit of studying for a considerable amount of hours as per the time at your disposal. Otherwise, you will end up either giving the course or will face multiple attempts. You see, these words are quite harsh, but trust me, I am here to tell you the truth, not to misguide you. You should face the reality and act accordingly. I'm not here to spoon feed you with things that are not related or impractical. Now, if you are active on this channel, you will always get things which are real, practical, beneficial, and result oriented. Now, let us discuss the ways through which you can try and change yourself and could try to adapt to study for a considerable amount of hours. You see, you need to be explained everything with example. Suppose there is an announcement by government that every painter in this world will be given a special privilege in terms of money, fame and respect. What do you think will happen? Now, people who are already in painting profession would be out of the world to hear this, but people like me will think and evaluate the sentence. I would be like, I don't know painting, and I'll have to ask a question to myself: do I have any other plan to achieve the money, fame, and respect either equal to or more than announced? If the answer is yes, I would not pay much heed to the announcement. For example, if you are a star kid or belong to a very healthy, wealthy family, you won't be surprised to hear the announcement because you have money, fame, and respect. But if the answer to the question is no, then I'll take this opportunity to learn painting to achieve that money, fame, and respect, even though I don't like painting. So, despite not liking painting, I would take interest in painting to achieve those things. Same thing applies to each and every person listening this video. Even if you don't like studies, don't worry. Just relate the result with what you desire after achieving your goal. Now some would be pursuing CA to get a handsome job in some MNC, or some might be doing CA to fulfill either their or their parents' dream. Now by this way you have linked your studies with your goals. And most importantly, write your goals somewhere so that it could motivate you to do things even though you don't like them. Now once you have done that, you won't be complaining for your studies problem, because in your mind it is clear that to achieve your desired goal you will have to pass the exam, and to pass the exam you will have to study hard and long depending upon your present preparation. The problem is easily solved. Now let us understand some mental techniques which will help you in studying for a long time. I request you to write these things for your application, otherwise you might forget these techniques. Number one point is study while taking breaks. Now you would have listened to this many times, but let me clear again. Do your studies for about 25 minutes and then take 5 minutes break, or do your studies for about 40 minutes and take 5-minute break. Now do it as per your wish and then plan accordingly. Now this thing relaxes your brain and helps it to calm down so that we can start with utmost energy again. Number 2 point is never compromise with your sleep. Now you must take enough sleep as per your body requirements. If you like sleeping 8 hours, do it without hesitation and plan rest 16 hours with your studies accordingly. If you like sleeping 10 hours, do it without hesitation again, but keep this in mind that no matter how much you sleep, plan rest of your time effectively in studies. Now your plan should be such that your studies are not compromised in any way. Try making adjustments in your daily routine so to adjust your important studies. So the point is, if you like sleeping for long, plan your rest day accordingly so that in no way your studies are compromised. I repeat, in no way your studies should be compromised, so that your sleep and study could go in smoothly and in a balanced manner. Number 3 point is try and eliminate unnecessary activities. Always ask yourself, is it necessary? Now this is one of the important things in achieving success in anything. Before doing any activity, you should always ask yourself, is it required? For example, you feel like, let us use Instagram. So always ask yourself that is it necessary for me to use Instagram now? You feel like, let us watch a movie or cricket match. Again the same question to yourself, is it necessary for me to watch it now? Now this will help you in eliminating as many unnecessary activities from your daily routine as you desire. Now we are not putting a ban on any of these activities, we are just postponing them till further time so that we can focus on more important tasks, studies obviously. Number 4 point is always prioritize your things. Warren Buffett once said, make a list of 25 things which you want to do in your life. Now do only top 5. Never think about rest 20, else they will take away time from the 5 that really matters to you. I guess we should learn something from the above quote and accordingly should devote time in the things which you desire to do. Now if you are aiming for a good score, obviously our first and foremost priority is studies. So give rank accordingly to the things which you want to do so that at least most important things can be completed in priority. I hope all these things are relatable to you. Number 5 point is work with a combination of hard work and smart work. Now you will be interested in studying for a long time only when you see the result. And result not only comes from hard work, but smart work also plays an important role. For example, you took your audit book and started studying advantages of audit, and for the past 1 hour you have been doing hard work like donkey to learn those advantages, which won't fetch you results. You should work with such a combination of hard work and smart work that in minimum time the things are completed which are decided by you. And last but not the least, enjoy your studies. Unless you enjoy your studies, you won't get satisfactory results, because education is the only weapon which can give you leverage in terms of success if you do not have any extraordinary talents. I personally belong to a middle class family and I do not have any extraordinary talents. I am just an average person on the earth with just some control over my brain, so to influence myself to do things which could lead me to my desired goal. See, at last, we are doing what we are doing to earn bread and butter and to live satisfactory or luxurious life as per your desires. Unless you belong to a rich family and a wealthy family, use education as your weapon to arise and prove yourself in this competitive age. I am saying this because if you belong to a rich and wealthy family, most probably you won't be facing financial problems in your life in comparison to the rest. So with education, probability of increasing knowledge increases, gets bigger, which simultaneously increases your ability to earn more, and most probably you will end up living a life as you deserve. So study hard and long if required, push yourself further because no one is going to do it for you. Now if you ask people to pull you, 1,000 will come. But if you ask them to push you forward, even one is difficult to find. Understand the depthness stated above. So if you find things relatable, just apply, get results and enjoy your life at utmost. Again, life is all about changes and changes are bound to happen. Let the change come from you and transform your life. You can do it if you desire. So if you don't like studying for a long time, change it. Everything is possible. So I guess I have motivated you enough. Now is the time for you to implement.